This is Jerry with Jerry's Retirement Wisdom. It's a stormy afternoon here in Central Florida, so we're not out on the lake fishing, at least not yet. So I stopped by the Dollar Tree and I found some more items with which to make some fishing hacks. If you stick around the end, I'll show you why I cut this Nerf football in two. It'll help you park your boat. Why don't you come along?
Fishing hack number 1.
Last week's video I showed you how I bought one of these solar stake lights from the Dollar Tree, and you can pull the bottom off, and then if you take the cap off of your upright on your boat trailer, you can use that to light up these uprights in the dark. You can see how bright that is and how that lights up these posts when you're backing your boat up at the end of the day if it starts to get dark. So I had a subscriber write to me and said he has PVC uprights and he'd like to do the same thing, so I cautioned him these uprights that I bought off of Amazon are translucent. They're pretty thin and you can see that light through there. I got to thinking about my old boat. It had these PVC uprights, and that's heavy PVC, doesn't light up quite as well. So my thought was I'm going to take my drill and a 5/8 auger bit and I'm going to put a hole in my PVC, and that'll let that light shine out better. I drilled the hole in my PVC, also drilled a hole all the way through it, and that way, regardless of which way it points, you ought to be able to see it. So let's see how that does. Now that's an improvement. You can certainly see that light in the dark. So if you've got a heavy PVC upright mounted on your boat, if you drill a hole here at the top, it's not going to do anything as far as seaworthy, and that's going to help you see better when you go to back your boat in at the end of the day if it's starting to get dark. Easy hack from the Dollar Tree.
Fishing hack project.
I'm trying to downsize my tackle box that I use in my boat. I've got 10 of these individual boxes here on the top, plus pouches and whatnot on the side, and I'd really like to get it down to where I use like 2 of these when I'm on top side of my boat, and then I can store this away in case I need gear that I'm not using all the time.
Fishing hack number 2.
I'm going to do a number of fishing storage hacks here, and when I put these together, I'll have a nice little system that I can put near my fishing podium up front, and I'll have everything I need but not too much in the way. The first item I have here is an organizer box. So I'm going to use this organizer box to store some split shot and some sinkers, and I'll have those ready when I need them. I've got my little organizer box here, and it's loaded up with some bullet weights, split shots, and even a couple of swivels. That's going to be a nice size to include in my storage system.
Fishing hack number 3.
This hack, what I've got is some storage containers. They come 6 to a pack for $1.25, and they're perfect size for some of that smaller tackle. So I've got my 6 storage containers filled with things like terminal tackle, line stoppers, beads, hooks, circle hooks. They're nice size. They're just right for these small items, and they're going to go well in my small storage system that I'm planning for my boat. Easy hack from the Dollar Tree, $1.25.
Fishing hack number 4.
I like these. These are Jot organizer cases, and I really like them. They're a little deeper than cases you can pick up in places like Hobby Lobby and some of the other retailers. And what's great about them is these organizers that I just filled fit nicely in this case, and your lid's going to close with no trouble whatsoever. So they make a nice addition to this storage case. And then for the rest of the case, I usually fish 3 ways. I either use live bait, I use plastics such as worms, or I use frogs. So in order to make my saw-sized storage solution for my boat, I still need to add hooks for my plastics, some frogs, and that sort of thing. So I've filled my Jot organizers with all kinds of hooks, beads, line stoppers. I've got my frog collection over here and another hook or 2. So I've got these 2 ready to add to my small fishing gear storage solution.
Fishing hack number 5.
I picked this up at the Dollar Tree. It's a flip lid storage container. It's $1.25. And the reason I picked it is that these boxes fit beautifully right down inside of this storage container. I have my sinkers. I can even add a pair of line cutters. And I've got a nice sized basket here. I don't need these lids, but they just come right off. Now instead of that great big tackle box, I've got everything I need, at least for the short term, in a nice handy storage container, and I'm going to fasten that to my boat so it doesn't move around. And that is an easy hack, and I've really got only about $5 or $6 in the whole thing from the Dollar Tree.
Fishing hack number 6.
In the previous video I showed you where I use these plastic storage boxes from Walmart for my plastics, but when I have these small ones, they don't seem to do well in those boxes because they get lost. So I picked up this at the Dollar Tree. It's a file folder, but it's a small file folder. It's not like the big ones that I'd bought before. And this is just the perfect size for these small plastics that I want to keep organized, but I don't want to get them lost in that big box where I've got my other larger plastics, such as my full-size worm. You can put quite a few in there. This latch is closed, and you've got a 6-pocket file folder for your small plastics from a Dollar Tree, $1.25.
Fishing hack number 7.
I found this at the Dollar Tree. It's a 4-port car charger, and I know it's $5, so it's not the usual $1.25, but this is a nice little unit. I've got one 12-volt DC port on the dash of my boat, and what this will do for you is it has 4 places that you can plug into. It's got 2 of the USB-A's, and it's got 2 of the Type-C ports. And like I've got a fan, a phone, and even my bait pail aerator runs off of a USB. It's $5, but for $5 you can keep everything charged up and ready to go. Easy hack from the Dollar Tree.
Fishing hack number 8.
I've showed you before, I've got 2 of these mounted on my boat, and it's a nice place to throw odds and ends like pliers, your wire cutters or line cutters, and frog, bobber, odds and ends. The only problem with that is if you leave it out, there's a chance some of this stuff could either walk away, or when you're traveling it can blow out or fall out, and you wouldn't want that to happen. So what I found this week at the Dollar Tree was I found this. This is an Essentials Utensil Caddy. And it's usually used for things like plastic forks and whatnot. But as you can see, that fits right down in there nicely. Then you drop those items in here, just like we did before. But what's nice about it is I can take this out. This part's mounted to the boat and can't leave. But I can take this part out, and I can store that away in the storage locker on my boat that locks. And then when I'm ready to go fishing next time, I just pull them out and set them in those permanently mounted boxes on the top side of my boat. And I've got a secure storage system, and this only cost me $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Easy storage hack.
Fishing hack number 9.
I found this at the Dollar Tree. It's a candy jar with lid, and it's got a pretty nice little lid on it. And what you can do with these is if you have a couple of these in your workshop, you can fill it up with things that are pretty light but bulky, and then you have a way to store them so they don't get away. So I've got my candy jar with lid filled with bobbers, and that way when the grandkids are getting ready to go out, they can just grab a couple of bobbers to take with them, and they don't have a whole package of bobbers out there somewhere getting lost. And you can do that with a couple items. Maybe put some artificial worms in one. And that way they're ready and you don't carry the whole package out there to get lost. Easy hack from the Dollar Tree. It's only $1.25.
Fishing hack number 10.
I saw these are back in the checkout line at the Dollar Tree. These are lighted magnifiers. And what you can do with these is if you have trouble putting your line on your hook or tying any kind of knot, You can use this lighted magnifier, and that helps you put that line right through that hook, just easy as can be. And it's only $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Easy hack.
Fishing hack number 11.
When I park my boat in the garage, I try to put some tape on the floor to show me where my tires should line up so that I can swing it in here and get it parked perfectly. As you can see from that perspective, it's pretty hard to see that piece of white tape here and here. So what I did was I took a Nerf football and I cut it in two, and when I get ready to leave to go fishing, I just set my pieces there by the tape, and you can see from looking at it, it makes it a whole lot easier to see where my tape is when I back in when I come back from fishing at the end of a long day. Easy fishing hack from the Dollar Tree, and it'll save you banging into something with your boat.
Jerry's retirement wisdom.
This has been Jerry with Jerry's Retirement Wisdom. It's still rumbling outside, so I don't think we're going to get on the lake today. I hope you enjoyed the fishing hacks I put together for you today. I especially like building the small fishing kit from our hacks. And I hope you enjoyed the tip I gave you on cutting a Nerf football in two and using that to back your boat. If you like my videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you'd like to see some more of my videos, just click right there. We'll see you next time.